Hello! The price of Bitcoin is $37,176. I have got trades open, a lot of different trades open, and we're going to talk about some of those trades in today's video. As you'll know, if you've been watching all week, we started the week with an account balance of around $300,000, and we're finishing Friday with $702,000. But I withdrew 50 grand earlier, so technically that's $752,000. Here on the channel this week, we've had some amazing gains, in large part due to the fact that Bitcoin and Ethereum just kept going up, and I just kept taking profit and then re-adding to the position, ensuring that I maximized my potential from this market. But today, we've got to contend with the weekend, and the question is, what is going to happen this weekend? I have some idea about what's going to happen, and if you're interested to know more, slap a like on this video and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Join the most prosperous community in the entire crypto space right now. Slap a like, subscribe, and let's crack on. So starting out, Bitcoin is $37,206. It has been trending to the upside ever since we had this humongous drop down earlier yesterday. We've since formed a W reversal pattern and look like we're going to continue heading to the upside. Now it's important to remember, the Bitcoin ETF has not yet been approved. We expect approval within the next couple of weeks as of a couple of weeks ago. So it's imminent that that Bitcoin ETF gets approved. And if it's going to get approved on any day of the week, it's likely going to be a Monday or a Wednesday. It's very unlikely a Tuesday, a Thursday, or a Friday. Just in my experience of anything to do with the Fed, it always seems to happen on Monday or Wednesday. So if it's not first thing Monday and it's not last thing Wednesday, then it's not going to be next week either, but we shall see. That doesn't mean that Bitcoin is not going to perform well though. However, this weekend, expect probably a run to the upside is what I'm thinking. I think we're going to have another crack at this $38,000 resistance level, and then I think we're going to get dumped down very significantly again, probably to around 36,200 again, wiping out a bunch of positions. I think that is the most likely scenario. Now, we can't really take an awful lot of data and information from this because it's basically just a straight line to the moon. All we can say is, look, we got rejected at $38,000. What happened pre-$38,000? Well, we've got to look at what was happening back in the day. Now, if you remember, this initial crash here was caused by Luna's collapse. There is a lot of profit taking at this level because this is where the bull market officially ended and we entered into a bear market. When we cross back over that level, it does not mean that we're back into a bull market. To make sure that we're in a bull market, technically, you'd have to surpass the previous all-time high. So we've got a lot more bullish momentum to come, but even if we break through this $38,000 resistance level, that does not make us back into a bull market. But how can we capitalize on this? And ultimately, what's going to happen this weekend? Because I see a lot of people out there right now going, what, do I take profit on the trades? What do I do here? So I'm going to tell you. There is a reason why I've taken so many different altcoin positions. That's not where it ends. That is the bottom of the page, but we can keep scrolling. And there are more altcoin positions on here. There is a reason why I've taken so many altcoin positions. Like on Zilliqa, opened a $66,000 position today. Veracity opened $30,000. Solana, I've taken quite a lot of profit on that Solana position. $68,000 profit, $70,000 left in the trade. OXT, which is Orchid, it is a VPN, is that. It's a decentralized Web3 VPN that allows you to use it with their token. I took quite a large position in that, $100,000 position. It's now $5,000 in a profit. Again, that's only a 5% move on an altcoin. Orbs, One, Neo. Neo, by the way, has had some humongous news come out. I think that's going to regain some serious traction, especially being that cryptocurrencies in China are no longer quite as illegal as what they were. It is a Chinese project at the end of the day. I think that Neo is a decent shout. IoTix, which is Internet of Things kind of integration of cryptocurrencies. It's a bit of a weird one, but then still it's pretty decent. HBAR, Gas, which is also the gas for Neo's network. How much of a loss is that in? $420, but I already took $1,000 profit on it, so I'm okay with that. Phantom, and then a bunch of other stuff. Engine, that's another one that I opened in the past 24 hours. Dusk is another one there. You see that small Dusk position. What else have we got here? Dogecoin, Cake, and BAT. So those are the different altcoin trades that I've taken. I think that this weekend, it's quite likely that, look, if Bitcoin, the odds of Bitcoin rallying up to 38k are quite high. That would likely spark a boom in the altcoin market. But then likely we're also going to open up a tremendous CME gap. And it's important to bear in mind that, look, CME gaps do exist. And the real question is, where is this number going to land? Currently, it's at 37,540 on the CME Group exchange, which is higher than the current price on the market. So that's good. We can expect probably a little bit of upwards momentum going into the end of the day. I think we're probably going to finish today with Bitcoin's price somewhere around that $38,000 level, maybe slightly below it. and then maybe we break above it going into the weekend and then dump down. Either way, I think the play this weekend is going to be on the altcoin market. And the reason that I think the play is going to be on the altcoin market is because if you go over to TradingView and we open up the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart here, you can see that Ethereum start to bounce against Bitcoin, but that's not the only thing that is bouncing against Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance over the past couple of days now has been starting to decline. It hit this peak here. It has since been rejected from that peak. And if we go over to the weekly chart and kind of assess what's going on here, to me, this looks like very muchly a solid rejection off of this level of resistance here. And I think the altcoins are going to go up this weekend. When altcoins are going up, this chart is going down. We want this chart to go down as low as possible because it means that all of these altcoin trades here, they're all going to go incredibly well. Now, if the altcoin market is going to boom, which altcoins should you be going into? Well, you should be going into the ones which you personally think are going to be the ones that perform best. From my perspective, the one out of all of this that I think is going to perform best, I mean, it's difficult to pick. Of course, Solana is currently the popular choice, but the popular choice at some point is going to be the less favorable choice. I think Zilliqa in the past, if we click on Zilliqa's chart here and we go over to the actual chart for Zilliqa in the past, I don't think it's been on BYBIT probably long enough for it to experience all of the ups and downs of Zilliqa's history, but you can see in the past it was all the way up there, up at like a 22-cent level, and that was during the last bull market, and look how quickly it reached that level. When Zilliqa pumps, it pumps in a straight line. I think that Zilliqa is going to perform quite well. I don't know quite when it's going to perform well, but I want to be positioned in that for sure. Which other one did I enter quite largely? It was that 100,000 position Orchid. I think Orchid's going to perform quite well because I've been seeing quite a lot of hype drumming up for it on Twitter. That generally drives a lot of engagement and buying towards a coin. And so from that perspective, I just think that this is going to gain a whole new community, and it is a really good project. If you remember my channel from a couple of years ago, you'll remember that I bought a bunch of Orchid coins. And I bought those Orchid coins for much higher than the price here. And I still hold those Orchid coins. I think Orchid is a great coin. And yeah, overall, it's just a trade at the end of the day. I'm going to dump it and get rid of it. I'm not buying the actual underlying asset. All I'm doing is gambling on the fact that I think adoption is going to increase here. And that's why I've opened a trade on it rather than buying the underlying asset. I don't need to own the underlying asset. It's not something that I'm going to use, but I can certainly speculate on the growth of it because it is a good application. So yeah, I think that altcoins are going to start growing throughout the course of this weekend. And for that reason, I've positioned myself largely in the altcoin camp, and hopefully that really starts paying off. As you can see, it's been paying off 20 grand while we've been filming this video, so it's working quite well so far. The other thing that I think is quite interesting here is that Ethereum over the past month or so has switched back to being deflationary. This is really interesting to see. So when this is Ethereum supply, how can Ethereum be deflationary? When they made the most recent upgrade to Ethereum, it created the fact that basically Ethereum gets burned. A lot of transaction fees go towards being burned. And currently, the change from yesterday is, well, 0.0%, but change from 1 year ago is 0.21%. So basically, Ethereum supply is decreasing at that rate per year. That's good. That's what you want to see. You want to see Ethereum being deflationary. But the fact it's gone deflationary is a good indicator that the market is starting to change at this point in time. Why is the market starting to change? Well, that means more Ethereum transactions are happening. That means more. I mean, look at it from my perspective. I made like 9 Ethereum transactions today. And I'd not really made that many I probably made 9 transactions over the course of the past month, and I made 9 in one day. Ethereum network demand is growing again because activity is increasing again, and that will likely positively affect prices. And so from that perspective, if that's happening on Ethereum, it's probably happening on all networks, and the smaller the network, the less impact it requires in order to have price impact. So that's what gets me buzzing and excited right now. Other things that get me excited are that Celsius is on its way out of bankruptcy as court has approved an exit plan. Poloniex was hacked over a $100 million for over $100 million, and a white hat bounty has been offered for recovery of those funds. Other news, crypto asset reporting framework to be incorporated by 47 countries by 2024. That's good news. Ethereum to hit an all-new all-time high of $5,824 by 2025. I think that's a really pessimistic prediction, but give it a read nonetheless. And then finally, BlackRock registering an Ethereum trust in Delaware and then applying for a spot Ethereum ETF. That is the biggest news of the day right now. That means when that spot Ethereum ETF is approved eventually, and it probably will get rejected first time round, which is why Bitcoin ETF will probably be approved, and then the Ethereum ETF will probably be rejected. That would be my guess. I'm just quite excited, and I think that the overall market is going to experience a growth because of these fundamental factors that we're seeing right now, and overall the market has been doing very good things. Now, of course, if you want to capitalize on any of these things, I'm currently using BYBIT and I'm also using BITGET. Check out links for both of these in today's video description. The trade on BITGET is now $48,000 in a profit on the Bitcoin trade and $3,799 profit on the Ethereum trade. You can see my entry and everything there. Screenshot it if you want to know more details. And then when it comes to the main trades that I've got open here on BYBIT, if we scroll down a little bit, you can see that I've $66,900 profit on the Bitcoin trade, which is now much bigger. It's like $3.1 million. The other big trades that I've got are the $71,000 trade on Ethereum, but I've taken a significant amount of profit out of that trade. And the other one being Solana down here, which is basically evens. Nice little trade going on there as well. $140,000. That's what that one is. Not a bad week at all, to be honest. And hopefully next week we can replicate this. So if you want to capitalize on the crypto markets right now, there is no better channel to be following than this one. Check out links and information in today's video description for BYBIT and BITGET. Thank you all very much for watching today's video, and if you did enjoy it, slap a like on it, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.